MPs, our PIOs, and all other citizens, those are there in Canada, USA, Latin America. We extend you a very, very wonderful morning. Hope you're taking care of your health, yourself, your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, your community, and everybody whosoever is associated directly or indirectly with you. You're taking care of your health because your health is very, very important. Mentally, you got to be strong, and physically, you got to be robust. Both the things have to be taken care of. And that's why we are putting in our efforts to share the vision of Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, naturopathy, organic, everything, whatever we can. So, hearty welcome to all my presidents and your watch parties, your people, those are around. And those are in Latin America, Peru, Argentina, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica. We extend you a very hearty welcome as well. We are also being joined on Facebook Live from Europe, from the different countries. I extend you a very, very hearty welcome. My President Gurpalji from UK, my people from Germany, Spain, France, Austria, Hungary. Hearty welcome to each one of you for joining us today for this particular webinar and this particular series on Ayurveda, health and wellness and holistic healing. I also extend a very warm welcome to my friends in the Middle East and particularly Sanjay Gupta ji. I'm so grateful to you for coordinating the entire thing in Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Sharjah. Thanks a lot, very kind of you. Of course, you must have enjoyed your evening tea and getting prepared for the dinner, because it's always conveyed in Ayurveda, you should have 2 to 3 hours gap before you go to sleep after you take your meals. In India, all our friends, those are watching us directly, indirectly on the YouTube, Facebook, and otherwise those have logged in. I know people prefer to watch live. We are live and we are alive wholeheartedly with all of you this evening from India at 9 p.m. My friends, those are in Southeast Asia, ASEAN, our president in Bangkok, you're watching from there. Singapore currency in Thakralji, Dato Rameshji from Malaysia, Nareshji and Pandey Sahab from Myanmar. I know it's late for you in Southeast Asia. Today I'm late. I'm starting my program 1 hour late today from my schedule, regular schedule or normal schedule, what we start at 8 o'clock. But sometime it's good to accommodate more people. There was a request from world over, and that's why we are starting the program today at 9 o'clock. Be kind to us, be with us. I'm also thankful to Geeta Chopra ma'am from Bahrain. You are linking up your people from there. Thanks a lot. Monit Pal, Vikas Malhotra, Dr. Gill, Praveen ji, thank you very much for joining us from different parts of the world, wherever you are. Prabjot ji, I'm grateful to you as well. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I'm pretty sure try and spread the word on the watch party as much as you can, because today's presentation, when we have an interaction, today we don't have the panel. We have got one individual who is going to share the entire thought process of Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, naturopathy, organic, healthy living, holistic living, what all we can talk about and we can think of, that Ayurveda fragrance will spread from India world over to all our friends. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very, very hearty welcome this evening to Shri Arvind Varchaswi ji, who is the Managing Director of Shri Tattva ji. Very hearty welcome to you. Namaskar. In Tamil Nadu, Namaskaran, and in Kerala, in Vanakkam in Tamil Nadu and Namaskaran in Kerala. Some of my friends were talking, those are in Dubai and all. They say, I hope you would welcome us with different tones. Sasriyakal to all my friends in Canada, because 7 member parliaments, those have joined us, and those are part of this particular webinar. And this Rajkumar ji, thank you very much. Mrs. Kapoor, thank you very much for joining. All of you, you're hearty welcome. And it's such a pleasure this evening. We have got such a distinguished guest. Before we start the program today, and before I introduce my guest formally, I wish to share few of the slides so that we all are on the common frequency. The new friends, those who have joined us today, and old friends, of course, you all know what all efforts we are together putting in, each one of us together to bring in this particular program to you. Now, I hope it's in the reading mode. I put you in the reading mode. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, while extending you a very hearty welcome on behalf of International Chamber for Service Industry, which is for the consultancy, research and training since 1994. And of course, we have got the shoulder and we have got the brotherhood of Namo Gange with us, while extending a very hearty welcome on this international webinar, Ayurveda for Global Wellness, on Saturday, 6th of June 2020 at 9 p.m. with our very eminent and distinguished guest, Shri Arvind Varchaswi. A very hearty welcome to you. Thanks for joining us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, those are already with us. I would request each one of you kindly extend the scope and the canvas of the entire efforts what we are putting in at 9 p.m. from India to share the cerebrum and to shake the people, those are not taking care of their health, so that once your health is in order, you can enjoy each and every moment of living on this planet. So International Chamber for Service Industry, which is a link between non-resident Indians, PIOs, and our other brothers and sisters from the different countries, our basic focus is services exports from India and to bring in more FDI and FII, whatsoever we can, at the same time, looking after your health and your wealth and your happiness, whatsoever we can do from our side. Of course, a lot of joint research we are doing together. My deep gratitude and thanks to you. Namo Gange, a journey to the healthy world. Their major objective of this trust is health and wellness, nature and environment, Kala and Sanskriti, and of course, women empowerment. So we are thankful to Namo Gange also for being with us for this particular program. Now, I already made a mention to you this evening. I don't have a panel of 3 people or 4 people as we have a regular program. But today we have got a very distinguished special guest who basically, and their organization is trying to reach out the best possible way for healthy planet and holistic healing whatsoever they can. Arvind Varchaswi, who is the managing director of Shri Tattva, he's a distinguished industrialist and a passionate entrepreneur. He is the managing director of Shri Tattva, a company committed to seeing a healthy, happy modern world through the ancient science of life and the well-being of everybody on this planet. Under his able, dynamic leadership, Shri Tattva has grown into a prominent player in the fast-moving consumer goods and Ayush space, with a brand presence in almost 53 countries across 6 continents. So all my colleagues and my friends world over, as every time you keep talking to me that how you can be linked with the people, those are invited on this particular program. Today, I have brought the legend from this industry. He also serves as a director of the source for natural foods and herbal supplements. In 2008, the Indian Council for Small and Medium Exporters recognized Shri Arvindji for the contribution to the world exports with Niryat Shiromani Puraskar, Export Excellence Award. He's also recognized as a top 100 retail minds of India by Asia, Africa, GCC Retail and Shopping Center. Shri Arvindji, he serves as a group advisor to International Affair of Ayush Advisory Group, constituted by Pharmaceutical Export Council of India, Pharmexils. You remember that we have done a lot of programs with them through the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, and from Hyderabad, the president had been contacting us from time to time. It's a body which is set up by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India, with the objective of export promotion of traditional medicines, drugs, and pharmaceuticals, Ayurveda and herbal products globally. He co-chairs the Ayush Committee of the Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Shri Arvindji serves as a board member in the National Medicinal Plant Board of India, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. He chairs the Ayush Committee of the PhD Chamber of Commerce. He serves the Scientific Advisory Board of FIS Frankfurt Biotechnology Innovation Center. Shri Arvindji also serves on the advisory board of Research and Information System for Developing Countries, Policy Research Institute that specializes in issues related to international economic development, trade, investment, and technology. Beyond the corporate sector, Shri Arvindji is a senior instructor with the art of living, which we all know world over, and teaches yoga and meditation programs incorporating life skills, stress relief, ethics, and the human values. And the best part, ladies and gentlemen, I always talk about whenever I share with you, because I'm a person who is born with tourism, eat tourism, dream tourism, think tourism, sleep tourism, get up tourism. And of course, at present, tourism is in a little bad shape because of the COVID-19. But however, don't worry, tourism, hospitality, and aviation will once again come back. So when I talk about that over there, while being with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, I had three agendas: how to empower the education, how to link up NRIs with India, how to develop medical tourism and cinematic tourism through the lens and the scope of Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. So what gives me beautiful musical notes today while talking is, he is our Arvindji. He's an avid musician and he plays tuba and the piano. That's something is music therapy also plays a very, very important role. Now, Arvindji, before I take you, I wish to share 3-4 slides with you so that you get the total perspective, what ICSI is doing, what all we have been doing. Our teams, our research associates, and our group advisors world over in the different countries, in the last 3 months, right from the 18th or 19th of March onwards, when they have been carrying out a survey and compilation of the data and the synthesis, in the month of April and month of May, we have come out with the analogy, the golden triangle, which was Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, like you show a golden triangle, and we were basically promoting that. Now the golden triangle is food, food processing, agriculture, animal husbandry, organic farming, and organic food packaging, nutrition. So first and the foremost thing is the food availability for everybody. We got to understand during this COVID-19 and during this pandemic, lot of things will change. The frills will be removed. And of course, we got to get to the basics of life where we got to live in harmony with nature. Nature and environment is giving us some messages. So the food is going to be the basic part, the priority, which has been researched by our teams in the different countries and related to food, the agriculture. And that's why from our chamber, now we are starting a series. How do you have your kitchen gardens, your rooftop gardens, organic kheti? Even if you don't get a food supply for a month or so, you should be in a survive to get with the basics of life. Second part, health and herbal and wellness. When we talk about that, leading to the holistic healing, your physical and mental fitness and happiness is very, very important. And that's why today we have requested Arvindji to share his vision with us. Third part of the golden triangle is the whole education system, because when we talk about the base and the plate on which the entire universe is, education is very important. And there are 4 purposes of education: economic, cultural, social, and personal. Why children should study a particular subject, why the digital education, e-learning, e-education policy, which has to come into now, into being and into play, earn and learn is going to be becoming very important. Earlier, the philosophy was, we used to say that, well, no problem. Parents used to convey, you do your graduation, do your masters, do your studies, and don't worry, we will feed you, we will take care of everything. Now every child has to become responsible. The vocational and the skills and the kaushalta and the Honorable Prime Minister's agenda, Atam Nirbharta, is going to be possible only when we have the education related to our day-to-day living, our survival, and our fitness, whatever we have got. So thereby, our chamber research for the April and May is B2B is not going to be anymore business to business. It's going to be back to basics of life. That's what is the future vision. Yesterday itself, the World Environment Day, we, along with our colleagues and the fellow partners world over, we have taken a pledge that our chamber is now going to work on Jal Sanrakshan, because शिक्षा को प्रासंगिक बनाने का प्रारंभ हम शिक्षक संस्थानों से, that is schools, colleges, institutions, ITIs, polytechnics, whatever we have got, we are starting a work in this direction, and we are going to involve the teachers and the youth and the students across entire India. And there's a beautiful vision which I'll share in the slide. In the last 25 years, our chamber has helped more than 35,000 youth to get their education free of cost, particularly those youth, those are coming from the weaker section of the society, or those are coming from the far non-accessible areas which are far reaching, where the resources are not available. And there are examples that some of the boys and girls had to walk on the foot for 7 to 8 days to reach to a particular destination to fill the form to get their scholarship and get the free education. I am proud that our chamber for the last 6 years, with the Honorable Prime Minister of India's agenda, Act East policy, is totally focusing on Northeast India. And along with that, we have taken the ASEAN, all the 10 countries together, what we are working on. Now, this is something, the most important slide. Yesterday, when we had the World Environment Day and we were talking about Jal Sanrakshan, we have started the campaign since yesterday. We have taken the pledge, क्योंकि जल को हाथ में लेके जो कुछ भी आप प्रार्थना करते हैं सूर्य देवता से और सारे देवताओं से, आपकी मनोकामना जरूर पूरी होती है. और हम उस एजेंडा को लेके कल से हमारा अभियान इस देश में शुरू हो गया कि जल संरक्षण के लिए हमको क्या क्या करना है. एंड यू वुड बी हैप्पी टू नो, वाइस चांसलर्स, डायरेक्टर्स, एजुकेटर्स, प्रिंसिपल्स, हेडमास्टर्स, काउंसलर्स, education administrators, policy makers, skill providers, trainers, technical education providers, corporate, and of course the youth together. We are working in the direction now where everybody whosoever is directly in the education, whether AICT, UGC, National Council for Teacher Education, NCRT, NIPA, AIU, whatsoever we think of, all these stakeholders, we have requested everybody, and we are starting the national campaign for the Jal Sanrakshan. And in that, we are going to empower the entire education system. Or agenda एक ही है, let us make education relevant. इस कोरोना वायरस ने, इस कोविड-19 ने, इस लॉकडाउन ने हम सबको, this has been given to us the message, let's understand who we are, how we are living, how we are disturbing, how we are fiddling the nature, and how to respect the nature. Otherwise, the Ganga and all the rivers, what we talk about, those were having difficulties and problems. They got cleaned, pious and other way, in its natural way during this lockdown period. So Monday evening, 7 to 8 p.m., we are starting a series for the whole country. Monday, we have the curtain raiser, and Tuesday onward, every day, 3 legends, 3 Yodha of the education fraternity from the whole country will come together each day. Psychologists, child psychologists, counselors, professors, teachers, whosoever is there, and all the youth of the country. And we will carry this program till 15th of August 2020, स्वतंत्रता दिवस के दिन तक हम इस देश के हर बच्चे को और हर टीचर को अपने साथ जोड़ देंगे. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ, on behalf of ICSI and Namo Gange, we extend a very, very hearty welcome to Shri Arvind Varchaswi ji, the MD, Shri Tattva, the organization. What a wonderful welcome to you this evening. And I'm delighted that you joined us this evening and you are with us this evening. And with these words, I request you, Arvindji, the audience is yours, the globe is yours, the world is awaiting. Give them something where the humanity moves to the better world, better tomorrow, better living in harmony with nature, Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, naturopathy, organic living, holistic living, and we would like to also experience today at least 10 minutes meditation with you. That's what I would request you. Get into the world, get into the holistic healing with Shri Arvind Varchaswi ji. Hearty welcome.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. You've been very kind enough. It's been a fantastic introduction and a lot of pressure right now to ensure that I perform and keep everybody, to that particular introduction. But nonetheless, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and I thank ICSI for having me across over here along with the Namo Kange as well. It's really a pleasure to have such a wide range of audience across the world. It's extremely important that we take care of our health during these times. And before I begin, I would like to wish everybody the best of health and would advise them to stay safe and also to ensure that they follow the relevant SOPs to ensure that they're all COVID safe. So ladies and gentlemen across the world, it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you. My name is Arvind Varchaswi, and I'm happy to share my views today with you and also share a little bit about what Shri Tattva has been doing, across the world, and how it would be relevant in these times to see that how we could imbibe Ayurveda and make it as a part of our daily life. So can I have my slides up, please? And also, Gulshan ji, I would request you to kindly make my office also a co-host. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so Shri Tattva is the name of the brand, and the brand is, basically it has its core in Ayurveda, but we have a whole lot of products that are inspired by Ayurveda. Next slide, please. So this is going to be my flow of what I'm going to be sharing across with you with regards to our organization, a little bit about us, touching upon our offerings, that what we do worldwide, and also our presence. Next slide, please. So about us, the brand is inspired by Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji. He's a global humanitarian, a peace ambassador, and has touched more than 370 million lives across 135 countries to date. So of course, he has a great track record in solving conflicts and also creating dialogue amongst people world over, and also bringing the aspect of meditation and also inner peace, which is so required today. So this particular brand of Shri Shri Tattva is also inspired by Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankar ji, and it was born out of this one particular line, saying that he mentioned many years back that health is not a mere absence of disease, but it is a dynamic expression of life. So normally we look at health to be that, all right, I'm okay, I'm fit, and that's okay, but your health is not only limited to your physical aspect, but also to mental aspects as well. And that's where Ayurveda plays a very, very important role. Next slide, please. A little bit about what the social impact that has happened, from Gurudev and also from the organization is that more than 81 million trees across the world have been planted. More than 41 rivers have been revived across the country. In India over here, and more than 2.2 million farmers have been trained in natural farming and are also being touched upon. The organization also runs 702 free schools, which is inspired by Gurudev, and there are more than 70,000 children who get free education that the Art of Living runs to date. So it's so important that that we also see that during the times of disaster, people are also helped. So more than 5.6 million lives have been helped till date through disaster relief and also trauma relief programs. During the COVID-19 crisis, that what we're still going, of course, but when it came to light, the art of living, and also under Gurudev's guidance, more than 8 crore meals have been given across to people with regards to the daily wage workers, and more than 2.5 million kits, which is like ration worth for 10 days and also for 15 days have been distributed across to people. Next slide, please. So a little bit about what the brand is. So I would, divide it into, say, three silos, saying that one is the science of life of Ayurveda. So there's a lot of science behind Ayurveda. And we see that a whole lot of people are turning towards Ayurveda to come across with solutions, even with regards to seeing that how they could build up their immunity during the COVID-19 pandemic. So Ayurveda has a lot of, answers to this. And it's important that we explore some sort of methodologies to see that how there might be, a cure or with regards to enhancing our immunity system against the COVID-19 virus today. So the ancient science of life, Ayurveda, which is more than 5,000 years old, plays such an important role. And of course, at Rishi Tattva, we have more than 35 years of mastery of this particular science. And we are very happy to see that how we could bring it across to the world. The brand also relies on purity. So whatever the brand brings out, we ensure that we give a lot of importance to the quality. So we do have the wild-crafted and also organic herbs when we export across outside the country. We ensure that all our products, whether it's here in India or also abroad, are tested for heavy metals and aflatoxins. And we see that the entire range of our products are paraben-free. We do not put lactose, which are also free-flowing agents, into our tablets. We ensure that allergens such as nuts, this, that, etc., are also taken care of, and we have separate facilities that take care of that. I'm happy to share across a few more certificates during the course of my presentation. And of course, you'll be very happy to note that our entire staff, whether it's in our corporate offices or at our factories, they are given time off during their working hours to sit and meditate 2 times per day. We've noticed that when people are less stressed, they're able to perform better. And of course, when a person is more relaxed, you will see that the entire organization works better and efficiency increases more than whatever that we could expect of when they're stressed. Of course, the aspect of love, we love what we're doing, and we are here to share Ayurveda globally and also see that how Ayurveda can inspire even FMCG products that what we also have. Of course, we give back to society and we have more, social projects that what we take care of. We also ensure that how, through our jute bags, we support rural women. We teach them how to make the bags through our rural development programs. And then later we buy back those bags from them as well. And to date, we are giving a lot of employment to rural women to make cloth masks during the COVID-19 crisis as well. Next slide, please. Of course, our vision here is to ensure that we can instill health and happiness in individuals through the science of life, Ayurveda. So Ayurveda has so many secrets that what I'll speak to you about during the course of my presentation. And of course, our mission is to ensure that how we could bring this entire well-being concept of Ayurveda in today's modern day lifestyle. It's so important, and especially after the COVID-19 has hit, our lifestyles have taken a huge change, perhaps a revolutionary change. And I feel that this is here to stay. So I feel that we are looking at a pre-COVID and post-COVID era, but the beauty is that Ayurveda has a lot of solutions to see that how we could still attend to our lifestyles even post, COVID right now. Of course, we ensure that we provide authentic and effective products and services with the highest of quality standards, and this is non-negotiable. Next slide, please. So, as what I told you, that the organization is inspired by Gurudev's vision, and it's a very clear and complete vision. So, we call it the 360-degree approach, towards health and wellness. A focus on, the body, mind, and the spirit. We ensure that R&D is driven by world-class academics and also practitioners, and we have end-to-end vertical integrations. And how do we do that? Is that we have our own inspired doctors. So addressing a whole lot of people at the service industry, we ensure that We create our own doctors through our own colleges. We also have a university in Orissa, where now we also have a hospital there. We'll also be coming out with, another Ayurveda college there. Presently, our Ayurveda college is in Bangalore, and very soon, this thing being more than 15 years right now, we are also applied it to become a deemed university, and we hope that that would happen pretty soon. So we also have, hospitals in Bangalore and also in Orissa. The hospital in Bangalore is also NABH accredited, and also we're going to be opening up one more hospital in Oman very shortly. We already have a clinic there that's been running there for more than a decade, and our doctors are recognized as doctors there, and they also write the local bridge exam to see that they're also recognized locally. We have state-of-the-art research and development facilities. We ensure, as what I mentioned to you, that our entire products and all the whether it's Ayurveda or our FMCG products, none of them contain any parabens. We're completely against parabens. They're being cheap preservatives, and also that are carcinogenic. We ensure that a whole lot of time is given across as to what sort of products would we like to come out in the market. So, for example, we champion the cause of rock salt instead of normal salt, because rock salt is also known to have its medicated and medicinal properties. And also, we see that some of rock salt, when also had, it also has a lot of medical benefits. Apart from this, we also champion organic jaggery. So a whole lot of these things, if you were to look at it, we see that we bring across the best of health, and see that how we could treat an individual. We have state-of-the-art manufacturing facilities. I'll share a few of our certifications in my further slides. And apart from this, we also have responsible products. So responsible products, I did touch upon the fact that we have, paraben-free products. We ensure that there are no lactose in our tablets. We ensure that there's no talc. A whole lot of these things we put into, and there is a lot of other research, activities that what also we take care of. We are an omni-channel trade, so being in both the space of Ayurveda and also Ayurveda-inspired FMCG, we have our own, distribution model. We spread across all MTOs, and we also have our own e-commerce app and also our marketplace, and also we ensure that we're there in other marketplaces as well. The most important point that what I wanted to showcase today in my presentation is our wellness centers. We have our wellness centers across the world, and we ensure that we send across our doctors and also our therapists and also our services across to see that how Ayurveda can be practiced across in the most authentic fashion. So a few places where we do have our Panchakarma wellness centers is in Oman. We have them in Dubai. We have it in Canada. We have it in the US. We also have it in Germany. So a whole lot of places we have this, and we ensure that we given our therapies as well. Next slide, please. Few pictures of our manufacturing facilities. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I'm going to show you a short video that showcases our wellness center and also what it has to offer. You're welcome to watch. Thank you. Could we have the audio too, please? We don't hear the audio. Gulshan ji, perhaps you might have to.
Arvind ji, your people have to manage it. It's already there.
All right.
From our side, we have given the complete right to them.
All right.
It's coming now. Check.
shows, that gives you a little bit, outlook as to what our, services are there at our Panchakarma Center. Next slide, please. So a little bit about a whole list of certifications that what we have in terms of our manufacturing. So whether it's the ISO 22000, we're extremely proud to champion the Ayush Premium Mark, which is by far the first quality mark that what our countries come out for the system of Ayurveda. And the Ayush Premium Mark is in line with the WHO GMP standards that have been laid out. And we are very happy to have both the process as well as the product certification for this, to name a few. We also have all the organic certifications. We also have the vegan certificate from the Vegan Society of UK. We also have the ASAP certification. Next slide, please. We are also very happy to champion the certificate of being a herbaceutical from the Ministry of Health in Oman. We are not, as what I mentioned to you, that it's a separate chapter that has been opened to ensure that how Ayurveda could also be recognized. So because we are not an allopathy facility, we are not a dietary supplement or a food supplement facility. We are an Ayurveda facility, and we are happy to see that we are championed as a herbaceutical there. We are also we also have the site license from the Ministry of Health in Canada, being a botanical medicine. We also are certified manufacturer from the Ministry of Health of UAE, and of course a whole lot of other certifications. Next slide, please. Next slide. So a little bit about what we do is that since we do procure organic herbs, so the organic certification also comes with traceability, and we're very happy to share that also across with our consumers. Next slide, please. Few attributes about our products is that all our products are 100% vegetarian. They're made from certified high quality herbs, tested for heavy metals and aflatoxins, safe for the environment, paraben free, and also made by meditators, as what I shared with you before. Next slide, please. A little bit about our offerings. We have our health supplements when it comes to our export market, a whole list of them. I'm happy to see that you can go across the website and find out more about them. Next slide, please. A little bit about our food range. We have right from atta. One particular product that what we love to champion across the world is black rice. This particular black rice is available in the northeast of India. And it's very, very good for people with diabetes as well. It has a very low glycemic index. We also have other fantastic products like house ghee. We have, whole wheat atta, as what I mentioned to you, organic jaggery, and also organic brown sugar. We also have our health drink called Varchaswi, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. Next slide, please. Personal care front, we have, right from our non-fluoride toothpaste, which is called Sudanta, which is also SLES and also SLS free. It's paraben free. It's a non-fluoride toothpaste. It has activated charcoal and salts as well in this particular toothpaste, and we are very proud to champion it. A whole list of other, personal care products, right from body oils to face masks to creams. So a fantastic range. Next slide, please. We also have a home care division, a whole list of home care products, right from floor cleaners to dishwashers to glass cleaners, etc. Next slide, please. We also have incenses and fragrances as well. Next slide, please. A little bit about, Shakti drops, which is by far our, front runner when it comes to immunity boosting. So this does have, and also an antioxidant study that what's been done across, and it's shown that it does have a lot of, qualities that would help us build our immunity in our day-to-day life. So Shakti drops is also made from certified organic herbs. It has a combination of, Amritamla, Shankapushpi, Ashwagandha, Satavari, Bringraj, Yashtimatu, and also Brahmi. So a fantastic product that what we champion across the world for immunity building. The need of the hour today. Next slide, please. So as what I was mentioning to you, that I'll take in about a minute over here to just explain to you that we are also the first right now in the world to also get the ANMAT GMP from the Ministry of Health in Argentina. We are recognized as a medicinal facility, perhaps the first across now in the world. So as what I told you that I've really not seen anybody else have the certification for Ayurveda. So I assume that we might be the first. So right now we would like to see that how we could champion Ayurveda as a system of medicine across countries wherever there are separate chapters that are linking and recognizing Ayurveda. And it's very encouraging to see that whole lot of countries right now around the world are opening up to Ayurveda and also are wanting to see that how they could change their lifestyle through the science of life and also system of medicine of Ayurveda. So while we do this, we also have another particular a wonderful aspect of Ayurveda that what we champion across the world to see that how we could help in diagnosis. Then again, we ensure that it's not a replacement for a normal blood test or a normal diagnosis, but the aspect of Nadi Pariksha tells you a lot of things about your own body that what you might not know. The one defining point that whether we are alive or not is our pulse. Of course, our breath, but also our pulse. So a whole lot of things our pulse tells us. Just like our breath tells us so much that when we're angry, our breath is forceful. When we're sad, our breath is feeble. When we're really relaxed, our breath's deep and nice. So just like how every emotion has a corresponding breath pattern to it, a whole lot of things can be studied through our pulse. So the science of life Ayurveda has another system called Nadi Pariksha or pulse diagnosis. And this diagnosis is not only with regards to the physical form of diagnosis or what our physical body is going through, but also can attend to what our emotional thoughts and also feelings and also attend to them as well. So next slide, please. So a little bit about Nadi Pariksha is that it's non-invasive. It also helps diagnose, when it comes to what's happening in our mind and how we could attend to it. What sort of food do we need to actually, eat to ensure that how our body can be more relaxed. So it's just like this, right? So there's a saying in India that's saying "Jaise an vaise man," meaning like what you eat, that's how your mind is. So when you have something spicy, I'm sure that you would realize that you would really want to go and do something out there. But the moment somebody gives you curd rice in the afternoon, you would just want to see that where's the nearest bed and go to sleep. So a whole lot of things that how food also has an impact on how our mind and body also responds. So Nadi Pariksha just listens to what the body is saying. So it's not anything else. So when you just listen to what the body has to say, then you realize that what are the next steps that what you need to take care. So a simple example let me give you is that if you have a headache, all right, only you would know its intensity. How much ever you tell anybody about your headache, the person might not understand. But the moment you feel, the pulse either in your neck or in your hand, you would realize that it is a little elevated. So a little bit about what you might be feeling, is actually mentioned and also relatable in your pulse. So these are things that how it's a complete science. I'm just giving you a very, gross example, but this is how there is a complete system, and there are trained doctors to see that how they could listen to your pulse. But then again, as what I mentioned to you, that it is not a substitute for a blood test. At Rishi Tattva, we ensure that we take both the ancient science of life Ayurveda and also modern diagnostic methodologies together and see that how we could bring in the best of health together, both from Ayurveda and also from the modern day systems of diagnosis. And also as a brand, that what we believe is that Ayurveda has its place in one's life, and also allopathy also does. So when it comes to accidental care or critical care, definitely allopathy has a huge advantage. But when it comes to answers, that what allopathy doesn't, and also lifestyle disorders, these things can definitely be handled and advised in a much better fashion through Ayurveda. Of course, it identifies the root cause, and that's what Ayurveda is famous for. And also, this particular system has benefited millions to people, and we also see that what natural medicines and lifestyle solutions need to be given across to people. Next slide, please. So a little bit about, what our entire Panchakarma centers look like. This one is there in Bangalore. We also see that we have a healthy restaurant that is attached to all our Panchakarma centers. And we also see that people, according to their body type, are also given the relevant food that what they would require. Next slide, please. And believe me, it's healthy, but it's very tasty as well. Next slide, please. So a little bit about our presence. We're present in more than 53 countries to date, and we're seeing that by the end of the financial year of 2020, we would be there in about 72 countries to date. Next slide, please. Of course, we have our own e-commerce store. We have strategic ties up. Next slide, please. A little bit about our international tie-ups to date is that a little bit of where we are there in Argentina, where we're there in Nigeria, Mongolia, UAE, Singapore, Brazil, US. So a whole lot of new tie-ups that what we've done internationally over the year to see that how we could have our, both our FMCG and also Ayurveda across, in these places. Next slide, please. So that was to give you a little bit about, Shri Shri Tattva. But today, what I would really also like to touch upon briefly, and before I end it off with, short meditation at the request of Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, I feel that there's so much that what Ayurveda could bring across today and how it is relevant today. We need to see that how we can really imbibe Ayurveda as a system of medicine in our own lives. A whole lot of answers on the lifestyle changes that what we can do from Ayurveda. I definitely feel that we must do it. Apart from that, I feel that as a particular forum today, Gulshan ji, I would request you and also all your all the people who are involved in the organization to see that we work on recognizing Ayurveda as a system of medicine worldwide, because it's most important, and that's where why is the service industry so important for Ayurveda, is that in Ayurveda the doctor is considered as Lord Dhanvantri himself. So the very aspect, so although that there's an entire science and there's a pharmacopoeia, on an emotional front, it is that that the doctor is respected more than the science itself. So what I would request is that in case if you could see that how there could be a methodology in which that how doctors could write a bridge exam here in India only before they are sent across. And this is something that what we at Rishi Tattva are also championing to see that how this could be possible. That doctors, for them to go and for short assignments, or also go out and spread the science of Ayurveda across the world. It would be important that they are also given a chance to write a bridge exam here in the country to see that how employment for them across the world would be much more easier. So this would involve that we involve the other countries, their embassies and also their ministries to see that what is possible and what is feasible. So this is just an idea, and I feel that from the service industry aspect, this is my appeal to you to see that how this could be recognized. A whole lot of countries are already doing that. They're giving recognition to the system. They're giving recognition to the pharmacopoeia and the pharmacopoeial standards. But I feel that there's a whole lot of scope that what Ayurveda can have if it is recognized as a system of medicine, world over. And this is something that what I wanted to leave across to the service industry. And also another major requirement across the world is the Panchakarma centers, and we've seen that a lot of the people across the world are benefiting from the Panchakarma therapies. So they do come across to India for travel and tourism, but a whole lot of people, I feel that who cannot afford to travel across the world for treatments. I feel that we as industry can also see that how these wonderful health matters could be exported to them to see that they also get affordable and also good healthcare in their own countries. So so these were some words that what I wanted to make a mention. And I feel that to date, we really need to see that how we get recognition of the science. Recognition of the science first is very important. And I also did see another a slide of yours that mentioned that you are into seeing that how education can also happen. So I feel that it is important that we see that a few of these things that what Ayurveda promotes is also made as a part of their educational system. So because for any system of medicine to thrive, it's extremely important that the new generation also learn about this particular system as they grow up. So a whole lot of pillars as to what you've addressed across here, Dr. Gulshan Sharma, I feel are extremely relevant. And, I would like to see that, how this really sees the light of day. It's very, very important. And people across the world are seeing that how Ayurveda is impacting their lives, and also how it's having a positive impact. So definitely as a brand at Rishi Tattva, we also see that we bring in the aspect of scientific validation. And that's where we feel that, that when you scientifically validate it, that's the language that what, people would like to see and hear today. And I'm extremely happy to mention to you that Ayurveda has stood the test of time for more than 5,000 years. And I'm sure that it is here to stay, and it will stand the test of any particular system or bar that what it needs to satisfy. So I think these were, my few words that what I wanted to share across with everybody today. And I'm happy to see, Doctor, in case if there are any questions, I'm happy to take one or two. And also to ensure that we, keep up with time, I will also see that we have a short meditation along with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Arvindji. In fact, it was so enriching and so many new insights you have given to us. And there are a couple of queries from our friends from the world over. And mostly they are pertaining to that they would like to get across to your main contact points wherever they are, and then accordingly they would like to further get into some distribution or some kind of outlets wherever they would like to be, because at this point of time employment or business related ventures is one of the concern. People are looking forward to what to do, how to do, which way to do, what exactly is the system to be followed. So that I would take on separately with you. I would rather request you at this point of time, because people in Southeast Asia, our president is waiting in Bangkok just to experience your meditation before uh, things
Yes.
get onto, and
Yes.
they get into sleep for tonight.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, Doctor. And I'm happy to see that, any way in which that what anybody would like to synergize with us, I'm more than happy to see that, we take it forward, Doctor. And of course, from my international office, there is Mrs. Sneha Inkole who takes care of that. And I'll see that she gets in touch with you, and we could definitely take it forward. But I'm very happy and very grateful for all of you to have me over here. And I hope all of you have benefited from the same. And I'm happy to conduct the meditation right now. Yes. So let's all sit comfortably and easily. And what I'd like to do is that I'd like all of you to bring your hands in front. I'm just bringing in front of the screen, and just shake. Just shake. Just let it loose, 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 and just move your head a little bit, move your neck. Not very fast, just a little bit, just move and relax. And now bring your thumb and just put it below your eyebrows and just straighten your eyebrows. You would see that a whole lot of our stresses are actually accumulated in these regions in our face. So a little bit massage like this relieves it. So here Gurudev calls this the desktop yoga. So this is very, very relevant and, very popular nowadays. So that, and now you come down to your jaws and just massage your cheeks. You would see a whole lot of knots over there. Just now bring it down. Bring it down. Now come back to the, so you take your palm, place it at the back of your head, and just slowly pull your palm as you keep them on your head and just pull it back and let go. Once more here on top of your head and slowly lift up. Slowly lift up and relax. Bring your hands back. And now bring your palms and place them on your thighs and palms facing the ceiling. Why palms facing the ceiling? It's very simple. It's research that when your palms are facing the ceiling, your breath is more effortless and your body is able to relax a whole lot easier. So let's keep our eyes closed. Let's all close our eyes. And observe our breath. A deep breath in and breathe out. Another breath in and breathe out completely. Relax more and more. Become aware of the noises in your surroundings and be with them. The sound of the fan or the AC, the sound of people moving around in other rooms. Just become aware of the noises in your surroundings and be with them. Deep breath in and breathe out. Another breath in and breathe out. Relax more and more. Become aware of the weight of your body. Whatever it is, 60 kilos, 70 kilos. Just become aware of the weight of your body and place that entire weight on the chair or the floor that you're sitting on. Another breath in and breathe out. Another breath in and breathe out. Relax more and more. Take your attention to your breath. Your incoming breath energizes the body, and your outgoing breath brings relaxation. Just become aware of this phenomenon. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Another breath in and breathe out. Relax more and more. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Another breath in. And as you breathe out, become aware of your body and your surroundings. Slowly move your palms, move your neck, your shoulders. No sudden movement. Take your own time. Another deep breath in and breathe out. Another breath in. And as you breathe out slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes very slowly and gradually. Take your own time. So normally people often, think that meditation is concentration, or that you concentrate during meditation. Gurudev says a very nice thing that the result of meditation is concentration. The result of meditation is focus. But during meditation, you just let go. You just relax. Because observing your breath itself, the breath has so many secrets. And also, Dr. Gulshan, what I would also suggest to the audience is that the Art of Living also has online, meditation programs that where people could come and de-stress. So especially during the lockdown time, a whole lot of stresses accumulate because people are just locked in. So a whole lot of stresses that come across over there. So I'm happy to see that we bring across these online meditation programs of the Art of Living also to your wonderful organization. I'll be happy to see that my team reaches out to you and we conduct a particular and specific program for all of you. So it's really very, very fantastic. It's so important to see that just like how we have food from all over the world, just like how we have clothing from all over the world. When we accept all these things, it's important that we also see and say, for example, from Italy, the best pizzas come across, the pastas, and when it comes to Japan, we learn how to be punctual. From Germany, we learn how to be in terms of German precision. So that's where India has, and of course to negotiate, you learn it from the US, or salesmanship. But from India, I think that what India has to offer is spirituality, and that's something that where meditation is the very essence of it. And during these very tough times that what the entire world is going through, meditation is certainly the solution. And to also see that to uplift people out of their stresses, Gurudev has been also doing online meditations every day, approaching more than 2 million people per meditation. So he does this twice a day. So there are more than 4 million people who are touched every day in terms of meditation across the world, and people are benefiting from it. So I'm happy to see that these details are also shared with you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma, and we're happy to see that how we could make a difference and already making a difference in the country. So it's really, really very nice. Thank you. It's
There
been
is
a real
a
pleasure. It's been a real pleasure being here with all of you.
yeah. There is a question from one of my presidents from Peru.
Yes.
Uh, he is Partap Singh Ji. Partap Singh Ji. His question is, and his request is, kindly request Arvind Ji, as he's on the advisory board of various governments, Ministry of Ayush, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and others. Ayurveda should become a part of the insurance coverage for overseas NRIs.
So, so yes, Doctor, one particular thing is that there would be a whole lot of wish lists that what would happen. Being in the sector, what I can tell you is that right now, Ayush, the entire systems, they've got the recognition to be that of a ministry in 2014. And I think ever since then, there are a whole lot of steps that have been taken across. So whether it's, even the aspect of insurance. So this is also something that has already started in some areas. And I'm sure that a whole lot of other companies and institutions would also take it. But a very valid point. And I will make note of this. And as what I mentioned to you, in some places it is already applicable. But we definitely need to see that spread is much wider.
Okay. And there is from Mississauga. There's from Mississauga from the Canada. They say that are there any research programs on of Shri Shri Tattva organization, like you are supporting lot of schools, institutions, students and youth? Are there any research collaborative projects abroad in different countries? Any project going on of that kind?
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay.
So as of right now, there is a research project that what I can share that what we're doing in Germany with the Frankfurt Innovation Center. We have constituted a research project on Shakti drops to see that how it could on the ACE2 receptors that also mimic the SARS-CoV-2, where we've also started a research on this particular thing to see that how Shakti drops could also prevent the viral entry over there. So apart from that, we are also doing it on the T cell assays and also on the gene expression test also. That's something that what we're doing across in the Frankfurt Innovation Center. So a whole lot of other research things that what we are doing, but this is one particular thing that what I felt would be good that we champion across. But in case if there are any other research projects that what people would want to take on with us, we are more than happy to see that what we do together.
Okay. Final word from my president from Bangkok. It's 12:41 in the morning over there in Bangkok. And he says that after your 10 minutes, this refreshing meditation, he says, I'm feeling to go for the walk right now, that much energetic like tomorrow morning. So it's such a lovely. Arvindji, it was so enlightening. It was so enriching. There's so much to share with you. Of course, the queries which have come from different places, I will share with you and with your team, and we will take it on further. Our deep gratitudes and thanks to you. And I'm so happy to see there's a gentleman called Dr. Nirmaljeet Singh. He's also there. He's a former additional chief secretary, government of Punjab, who was taking care of entire home department. He also joined and he says, my words are par excellence presentation. That's what in the remarks he has mentioned over here. My deep thanks. Dr. Poonam Chand, my deep regards to you also. Somebody who's a follower of Shri Shriji, some Lavleen Parmar, she says, I'm reminded of the art of living meditation session during the basic course. I attended long time back and feeling so lighter and pleasant. Thank you very much, sir. That's what is the another message which has come. Well, things are pouring in from the different parts. I will combine, I will, assimilate all of them together and we will share with your organization. And I'm pretty sure that today we start our relationship, which we take to the next level. And we would like that from your organization, let the whole universe be benefited. And this particular pious feeling of Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, nutrition, and you touched my very emotional chord when you talked about the black rice and you talked about Manipur, you talked about Northeast. I also get a lot of black rice from there. So when you mentioned about anti-diabetics and all that, yes, it's so true. And it's really wonderful, Arvindji. You gave such a beautiful thing. And I'm taking a few sentences takeaway for me in person. I'm 70-year-old young man at the experience of 25 years of a young boy just because of my lifestyle totally vegetarian, army, tourism, hospitality, traveled almost the entire globe, but vegetarian. And I always remained on that, getting up at 4 o'clock and going to sleep by 10 o'clock positively, whatsoever it is there. But today, yours was so stimulating that we have crossed that and we will go over. I'm so grateful to you. Thank you very much on behalf of ICSI, on behalf of Namo Gange. And you mentioned bringing balance of your life. That part is also very, very important. Health and happiness. There is a request from the president of convent schools education fraternity in
Yes.
different parts. Those are controlling from Delhi. They say we would
Yes.
like to have a separate session for
Yes.
all principals together as and when it's possible in near future, and let the whole session be dedicated for principals, because if the principals are empowered, teachers can be given further ingredients to perform better. This is
Definitely.
a request which has come. So I thought I should share something from the Indian soil also for you. So
Definitely, Dr. Saab, it's been such a pleasure, and I thank all the people watching, and also for their lovely comments. As what I mentioned to you, that meditation is definitely the key for mental peace and mental well-being right now. And the Art of Living does have a lot of online programs. There's also an Art of Living app that what I would also recommend all of you to download and see that you meditate along with that every day. There are a few meditations like what I took across right now in Gurudev's voice that would take you through a guided meditation. So a whole lot of things that what can be done across to see that how we keep our both our body and mind healthy. And definitely the Honorable Madhubo actually mentioned this right now from the convent schools. I'll be very happy to see that how we could get in touch with them, and we have our team, and perhaps I will also be part of it, and it'll be lovely to be that how we add in value. But definitely, as what we mentioned at this point in time, Doctor, mental health and physical health both needs to go hand in hand, and that's where Ayurveda and India per se has so many solutions that what it could offer the world. So it's been such a pleasure. Thank you very, very much. It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you very much, Arvindji. And on this note and on this commitment that you will be back with us soon, you will be coming back to us, and you'll be coming back to the entire fraternity once again to address on behalf of Anshul Agrawalji, on behalf of Namo Gange, on behalf of ICSI, and on behalf of my entire team, which is spread world over in different countries. We convey our deepest regards, gratitudes, and thanks to your entire team and to you in particular, and look forward to seeing you back with us soon. Thank you very much. Namaskar. Thanks a lot.
Namaskar.
Very kind. Thank you.
Namaskar, sir. Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Good night.